The Prentice Alsop Heating and Air Coaches Corner, fueled by Donut Country and McDonald's Murfreesboro on FM 101.9 and AM 1450 Murfreesboro, FM 100.5 Smyrna, and streaming at WGNSSports.com.
And this portion of the Prentice Alsop Heating and Air Coaches Corner brought to you by First National Bank of Middle Tennessee. If you're looking for a hometown feel with your bank, turn to the First National Bank of Middle Tennessee, offering full-service banking and mortgage services. Joining me is Ben Caudill, the head coach of the Stewarts Creek Redhawks. Congratulations, Coach. You just keep proving people wrong. You're just marching through it so far.
Thank you, John. Good to be with you this morning.
I'm going to do a little different because this was a classic game last night. Overtime, you don't see that much. Great defense, some spectacular plays. Just kind of tell us, it was 3-0. You got a field goal. You almost had a chance to score. What was it, a fumble or set you back there? And got 3 points, and that's basically where the game stayed. So the defense must have been tremendous.
Yeah, our defense played so well, and it was just a classic slugfest, in the playoffs against a really, really good Brentwood team, really well coached, really, really sound fundamentally, in all phases, and
you knew that coming in. You knew that going in. It was going to be similar to that, right?
No doubt. I mean, I think you look at, the course of, Brentwood's season. They had a really close loss to Brentwood Academy, who's in the semis in Division II AAA. Their loss to Ravenwood, they shut Ravenwood out really from the second quarter on. Ravenwood kind of jumped up 21-0 real fast, and once they kind of got settled into that game, it was really a pretty even game. And so just a tremendous opponent, and I can't say enough about just the resolve of our players and overcoming some bad things that happen in the game, and being able to get that thing to the fourth quarter and pull it out was just an incredible night.
We were there the week before. It seems like it's somebody every night, somebody different every night. But your go-to guy, it's got to be Caleb Floyd. I mean, he's your man. When particularly he's a second half player. I mean, I know he plays both ends too, but he's that guy that gets that yardage when you really, really need it, isn't he? And Jeremy Smith the same way.
Yeah, no doubt. Just two seniors. I was looking earlier this morning just at some stuff from last season, and last year Jeremy, his combined receiving and rushing yards were 97. That's what he did last year, and that is you look at the what he's done as a senior, and waiting his chance. And last year we had some really dynamic guys in front of him, and Caleb only had about 300 rushing yards last year. And our players and our team heard from our seniors the week of that we had our senior night, and there's a special spirit about this team amongst the seniors. There's a lot of them that are senior starters. There's many of them. Our nose, Julian Albright, I can't say enough about the growth that he's had in our program. He's going to be a welder. He's going to the trades as soon as, graduation hits, and he's just got that heart of a senior, and played behind probably the best defensive lineman since I've been at Stewarts Creek, and B.J. Peter, and it's his senior year, and it's his time, and there's a special culture that has come about in our program where when it's my time as a senior, I'm going to step up, and I'm going to play at a high level. It's really, John, it's really not the sexy thing to do anymore to be a developmental program. It's throw something in the microwave and let's go, kind of attract kids and do the new school thing. And I'm just telling you, John, what we've done this year, it's because of the seeds that we've planted, the past 5 years. The harvest is coming now, but it's not just because we've been watering it and working the land this year. I'm just really proud of this group of seniors and their perseverance, and who you really are shows up in tough moments. And there have been several times this year where it's tight ball game at halftime, it's tight ball game in the third quarter, and the leadership and the grit and the toughness of this team is one that has shown up at the right time in the second half of ball games.
You made a good point about developing, putting the seeds in play, and that doesn't come overnight. It takes a couple of years, and you've been, you've got some years in now at Stewarts Creek, and I know you're happy to see that. And then you've got a junior class that's going to come and be and replace it. That building a program like that, man, that's really amazing. That in this day and age, really. Yeah,
it is, and it's that's what's fun is building something that's sustainable.
Yeah.
If you build something that's built around attracting talent or whatnot, it's really hard to sustain that. But when you establish a culture and the players start holding everybody else to the expectations that you build, it's been really special, and that's what this group of seniors has done. I can't say enough about our staff and how much they plug into our players. And our players, any kid is wise enough to see when it means too much to a coach, when it's really about them and their brand, as opposed to just caring and loving kids and walking along with them this ride of trying to give them a chance to be successful, not just on the field but in life. And that's so true for our staff room as well. They love our players. They balance discipline with love, and I just think all those things have really shown up in big moments this year when our players just go out there and play free. They don't play like there's any fear of failure. They go out there and have fun and play free, and certainly that was the case for us last night.
I know when the season started, you were anticipating having a good year. Did you expect this good? I mean, everything fell into place. I mean, but then again, I know going in, know what kind of kids you had.
Yeah, I think that's what you said. I know the type of kids that we have. I know, just who they are as people, and how hard they work. I don't really get into where can this team be preseason. Our schedule is so tough. The teams we play are so talented, and I think one thing that I can say with a lot of conviction is this group is that they're focused on going 1-0 for the week. They're not worried about next week. They're not, and this has been very tempting even for me and all the people that come and find you throughout the course of the week, and they want to keep talking about what you did last week or what you did 2 or 3 weeks ago, or where you might be in 2 or 3 weeks.
Right.
And this group, they are where their feet are, and I think that's been a huge part of what we've been able to accomplish this year.
I think we're going to look at a few players here. Taylor, quarterback. He is. I said it, and I said it a couple of weeks ago, and I said it badly, but it's not a superstar theory. You don't have like that superstar, but you've got really super good players that commit to the team, and that's what I was trying to say. Yep. So, and very badly. But Caleb Floyd and Jeremy Smith, two guys, they share that running back duty, and they play defense. They share that. You've got Taylor, the steady hand, the steady guy at quarterback. And then defensively, you've got Grady Harvey, Kingston McQueen. I mean, those names just pop out first in my head. But, boy, it's just a total unit together playing. And last night, I think, in those kind of games, that's when it's really, really important.
Oh, there's no doubt. And, you brought up Grady Harvey, and I'm just telling you, he is such a good high school football player. He's got incredible parents. His dad's on our touchdown club and is just so supportive of what we're trying to do as a program. And Grady is he is as good as they come, I can assure you. And he's on the field a lot, we had a fake punt last night that he took for about 25 yards, and Caleb Floyd was the one blocking for him.
Wow.
And
that's the point I'm making,
yep.
With them.
Yeah. And so Grady, he made some big plays on defense, sniffed out a screen, batted down a pass on their sideline as well. I'm really, really proud. He had a big catch in the red zone too that extended a drive for us. And I can't say enough about, his development in our program, just from a scrawny little sophomore to, a big tight end outside linebacker for us that's just shown up in a lot of big games. And so, yeah, I'm proud of Jerry last night. I think he made a lot of really good decisions. Pulled the ball down and ran for about 32 yards in some moments where, it got us a first down or two. And, there was a pick late in the game where, we got the exact look we were wanting and kind of didn't execute on one side of that concept. And I thought, hey, we're going to win the game here. And they had a DB kind of come off and make a great play. But, Jerry's a point guard in basketball. He understands, maximizing the talents of his teammates. And, I was listening to Coach Kreisky talk about his quarterback at Riverdale this morning. And, they don't have to go out there and do any magic tricks. They got to keep your offense out of bad situations. And that's what Jerry's been able to do for us. And, seeing his maturity grow throughout the course of this season as a leader on the offensive side of the ball has been a lot of fun to watch.
All right, you're up 3-0 most of the game. Then they get a touchdown. They get a score. It's 7-3. No panic set in, and this is getting kind of late, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you marched up the field and got a score.
Yep.
Tell me a little bit about that experience, because I know it's hard when you've led the whole game and then all of a sudden it's taken away from you to make that one good drive that you need.
Yeah, well, I really thought the whole course of the game, John, we I think it was our second drive, we had it 4th and goal on the 1 and we jumped off sides. So
you were moving the ball.
Yeah, so we had to kick a field goal there, and then the start of the third quarter we had a fake punt and had it 1st and 10 around the 25-yard line and fumbled a exchange from under center. And so, really, even though they took the lead at 7-3, I really didn't feel like our game plan was something we had to, go away from at that moment, because we'd been executing really well, just in very timely moments, had made a mistake. But I tell you, we kind of got, we were looking at some things while we were on defense after that long drive Brentwood had, and we kind of found something they were doing. And Coach Haston and Coach Williams and Coach Hawkins and Coach Davis on offense, we were talking and kind of got the look we were wanting. And, before Jeremy's big run, we kind of saw them do exactly what we thought. And, it just takes a little seam for Jeremy to hit it. And, that was a big moment, taking the lead back there 10-7, kind of got the momentum back on our side. And, when you get the momentum in the second half of a playoff game, it's special, especially when it's at home. And, our band was starting to hum. And I tell you, getting the ball back to our defense there and holding this Brentwood offense, offense to about 200 yards, John, that is nothing to sneeze at.
Right.
I can assure you. I mean, their quarterback and what he's done this year, the number 4 wide receiver for them, Merrill, I coached his older brother who played at Tennessee and Wake Forest when I was at Brentwood. I can assure you this was a really good Brentwood football team.
Yeah.
And, this was a huge moment for us. And I knew going into this game, we're going to figure out where we are as a program, going against a team who was 13-1 last year, who's really had a tremendous year this year. I knew this was going to be a big step for us, and that it would show us exactly where we are. And I can't say enough about our kids and our coaches, all of our support. Todd Harris, our AD, who's just there every step of the way. Dr. Harrell, who we could have a whole segment about him and how he supports not just football and our desire to be excellent in our realm, but everybody. I mean, there's not a program at Stewarts Creek that doesn't excel with him at the helm. And, and that's not just limited to athletics as well. And so just such a huge night for us, such a huge step. And, being one of the 8 teams left, and being able to put Stewarts Creek next to names that are still playing, like Maryville, Collierville, Houston, Oakland, Riverdale. It means so much to me.
Yeah, it's great for the program for sure. You go and you get overtime. You pick you lose the toss, right?
So we got to pick the side that we were going to be on. So we were wanting to obviously go on defense first, but we ended up having to go on offense first.
And that's usually you want to be on defense first, because that's kind of to see what you got to do. Yep. But you went right down the field and scored.
Yep, we scored in 2 plays, and Caleb had a great run on the first one. I thought it was about to be second and goal from the 11, but he broke a tackle or two, and I thought he might have gotten in. And then, the second play, he was able to, hammer it in from about the 2-yard line. And then our defense got out there and big fourth and goal from about the 6.5 or so. And for the second week in a row, number 7, Keelan Harris, chases down the quarterback on the visitor sideline. And, just a tremendous play by him. Great job in coverage by our guys as well. On a little sprint out concept, we thought they were going to try and get out of the pocket there. And just an instant classic in that moment when we were able to seal it.
Yeah, being overtime and the game meaning so much on the line. But I'm of the opinion your defense has been great all year. I mean, they have been the one constant. Whether your offense has had some ups and downs or whatever, they've been the one constant. And to be quite honest with you, Coach, to me, your team has been consistent. I mean, there have been some penalties. There's been turnovers. But they don't give up, they don't quit, and they keep coming back at you. I mean, there's no stop, and that's the one thing I think they've been consistent with.
Yeah, I think that's a great word that you can describe, any great group with, whether you're involved in football or not, is consistency.
Yeah.
I want to be, consistent as a coach and as a leader, and have a demeanor that people can count on, and that's what you can say about this group of seniors. We got some sophomores out there too, John, that are, gutting it out and rising to the occasion.
Yeah.
And there have been some times in the past where maybe we have an injury and don't have that next guy that can step up. And we've done a lot of things this year in practice and throughout this offseason to try and build more depth. And it's been huge for us as the season's kept going.
Well, we've got Ravenwood, and you go there, but they are very good. I mean, they're a top team, But I've got a feeling Stewarts Creek will be ready for this game.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. There are a lot of things from our game against Ravenwood last year in the first round. We had them had the lead at half, tied going into the fourth quarter, and there were some things from that game that caused a lot of growth that was really difficult for me this past offseason. That began the Monday of round 2 of the playoffs last year, and forced me to really rethink some things as the leader of our program and what we need to be doing. It's going to be an awesome night for us. And it don't matter who you're playing, in round 3 of the playoffs. We drew Ravenwood, and they are as advertised. They've got 2 quarterbacks that are both very worthy of playing, and Coach Hester's done a magnificent job of, highlighting the strengths of both of those guys. They've got stud receiver, Hubbard, who's going to middle. They got a big O-lineman going to middle. They've got 2 DBs that are Division I guys. One's going to Auburn, one's going to SEMO. And they got guys that fly around. And it is going to be a huge challenge, and it's going to be one that I know our guys and our coaches are going to be really excited about. The opportunity to go on the road is something we hadn't done in a few weeks. But I tell you, this group's excited to get back to work on Monday. We got to get our hands dirty this week too, because this is going to be a very tough challenge. You look at what Ravenwood's done this year, beating teams at places like at Alcoa to open the season, at Oakland, a few weeks ago. And, so it's going to be a huge challenge, and it's going to be one that I know not just our players and our coaches, but our entire community is going to be really excited about.
They're going to pack Ravenwood. I mean, they're going to pack it. Your guys, that's for sure. Coach, it's been great talking to you. I'm glad we got a little extra time there today, and good luck with Ravenwood next week. I hope to see you with a big smile on your face next weekend.
Hey, I'd love that as well, John. I appreciate you, man. Go Red Hawks.
There you go. That's Ben Caudill, the head coach of the Stewarts Creek Red Hawks. They're, 10-1 now? 9-1? 10-1? What's your record?
11-1, I believe.
11-1. Sorry, I missed one. Yeah. 11-1 Red Hawks. This portion of the show brought to you by Tennessee Orthopedic Alliance, TOA, the largest and most comprehensive orthopedic surgery group in Middle Tennessee. Find out more at TOA.com. And when we come back, I think it's Eagleville football coming up next.